A very good morning to Mr. Kujami and my fellow friends. Today, I would like to discuss about a topic of endangered species. Endangered species is a species that is facing a risk of extinctions in the wild or in a particular area. The World Wildlife Foundation has given the label to has given the label as seven status to this endangered species. The first one will be least concern, nearly threatened, vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered, extinct in the wild, and the last one will be extinct, which means that there is no reasonable doubt that all of these species has died off. Now, before going deeper to this topic, let's think about what are the factors let us discuss about what are the factors that contributes to the extinctions of species. First of all, it definitely will be the excessive and illegal exploitations of resources by humans. This means that the activities like illegal fishing, illegal hunting, poaching, and trafficking, all of these are the factors that contributes to it. The purpose of these actions is usually for the body parts that provides us the medical properties. Examples like the horns of rhinos and the body parts of tigers. Some of the endangered species are being hunted down because they can become our delicacy. Examples like the paws of the bear. Overhunting and poaching of these species cause these species to decrease in the number to significantly decrease in the number of the species which cause them to become extinct. Furthermore, environmental pollution is also another factor of it. We are talking about water pollutions and air pollutions. For water pollutions, the factories that dispose waste or toxic materials that waste or toxic material into the sea or river that alter the suitable conditions for the survival of the marine life. The water will become toxic and will cause death to the marine life in that particular area. For air pollutions, we are talking about the open burning and the excessive release of smoke by the car, by the leader vehicles and the factories. All of this smoke release will result in the increase of temperature globally, or we known as global warming. Global warming will lead to the loss of habitats of the living species if in North Antarctica and South Antarctica. The typical example of it is penguin and polar bear. Lastly, it will be deforestations and deforestations for construction of highways and dams that destroy the habitats of the species. If the habitats of one species is destroyed, then the species will have less place to live and hunt down that declines the number of these species. After discussing the factors that contributes to the extinction of species, well, how can we do to prevent all of this happen? Well, I mean, what can we do? Well, the most easiest way for us to do is to donate money to the non-governmental organizations or to the non-governmental organizations or governments to protect all of these endangered species, or we can become volunteers and participating in the programs that conducted by them, like the examples for the non-governmental organizations are like World Wildlife Foundations, WWF, Global Vision Intelligence International, GVI, or World Animal Protection, WSPA. They all conducted programs throughout the whole year. So we can we can manage our free times and participating in this program. Furthermore, the governments can make this protected area or national park as an ecotourism spot. How does this help in preserving and protecting these endangered species is by the authorities that are responsible for these places will put more effort in protecting and preserving these animals because they know that they need these animals to make money, but making of this money is in a good way because if the spot is become an ecotourism spot, they can make money from the animals and the money can be used for future conservation and preservation program. So this actions is actually killing two birds with one stone. Moreover, the government should also enforce the law by by punishing the poachers or illegal hunters and more heavier so that they will not do the same mistake again. Furthermore, the government should also enforce the law of constructions of highways that throughout the forest because the construction of highways that throughout the forest will cause fragmentation of forests, which is the reduce of area of habitats. The for the ha- If the highway is built throughout forest, it will cut the forest into two pieces, which expose the surface area of the forest and reduce the surface area of the habitat of the species for like tiger and that is a tertiary consumer which needs a bigger space for them to hunt down their prey and to survive. Well, let us talk about I would like to introduce a fun fact that it is actually very costly to save all of the endangered species in the world. It will need roughly $7.6 billion to protect all the endangered species on the land only. The experts predict that to conserve and preserving the marine life endangered species, it will need a higher amount than higher amount of money than $7.6 billion per year. So what is the importance and why we should why we should protect all of these endangered species? Well, the endangered species definitely provide us some benefits. First of all is that the endangered species provides us a balanced and healthy ecosystem. Studies have shown that one loss of a species usually triggers another loss of species. Imagine that, sorry, for instance, the grey wolf in the Yellowstone National Park has greatly reduced numbers, and also the beaver inside also the number of the species also declined. This is because the elk inside the park has the grey wolf inside the park has become less, so the elk inside it have a less risk of facing the predator grey wolf. Thus, they graze more heavily on the plants that needed for the beaver survival. So it is obvious that if we does not protect one of the endangered species, it will cause the whole ecosystems to destroy. Furthermore, we all know that a balanced and healthy ecosystems can provide us with unique animals and plants that have medical properties. Example like the blood of a particular type of horseshoe crab can be used in detect harmful bacteria in medical device and drugs. The saliva of a Gila monster, which is a venomous lizard, can be used in the cure of type 2 diabetes. All of these species serves a function for us in the ecosystem. So it's definitely for us to protect these endangered species. Well, for conclusions, we should all take responsibles in preserving and conserving all of these species, as we all know that n- imagine that if now we can let one of these species extinct because we don't think that it is useful for us, then there's a question for us. Sorry, one that then it will cause. Then in the future, we will let more and more species die and more and more species extinct because of our selfish purpose. Thus, at last, I want to ask about when will be the time for the human extinction. That's it. Thank you.